Welcome back to the Humble Market Timer YouTube channel. If you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I wanted to do a shorter follow-up video to the previous one I did regarding when I felt Ethereum would bottom. I'll include the link in the description. But for the purpose of this video, I'd like to focus a little more on these two structures. These are very two distinct structures that I mentioned in the previous video, but I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into those structures. To be quite honest with you guys, Ethereum has been trading almost out of a textbook. The chart patterns are identical to what you would read regarding technical setups, regarding reversals, when things top and when things bottom. Let me show you what kind of pattern those two structures I just circled are. If you notice here, it's a triple top pattern, and I have various images included here regarding how those different double, triple top patterns can work. Sometimes they're double top, sometimes they're triple top, sometimes they're quadruple top. Sometimes the tops are the same. Sometimes the tops can be a little lower than the other. Sometimes one top is higher, the next top is lower, the next top is higher. But they are all the same similar structure. Sometimes you just get a double top and you get what's called an M pattern. But again, they're all the same types of pattern, and they all lead to the same result when they occur during the technical aspect of how a chart moves. You have a steep incline of when price goes parabolic, and then you have multiple hits at the top. And again, they may not always necessarily be at the same point. In the latest structure of Ethereum, regarding the last year or so, you can see that you did have a triple top where all the three tops hit about the same mark. In the previous structure, they came at different points in time, but again, they all lead to the same result. If you notice on this particular structure back in 2021 and 2022, as I said, you have a parabolic rise, you have consolidation at the top or near the top, and then you have the fall. Now, when you have that consolidation in here and in here, all that really is called distribution. What's happening is you have guys, particularly the institutional buyers, they're trying to get out at the top, but they're trying to sell their shares so that the price doesn't necessarily tank too much. So it's called distribution because they are distributing their shares out of the asset. And as you can see here, it reached the top, they sold, and then they allowed it to rise again, and then they sold again, and they allowed it to rise a little bit more before the final swoosh of selling to get all their previous purchases completely out of the position. And if you ever come across this type of action where it's inversed, that's called accumulation. All of the shares have been dumped by the previous owners, and when you see this sort of action occur inversed, that's called accumulation. So you have distribution when you have that multi-top pattern, and then if it's reversed, you have what's called accumulation. Now, what's most important, let me get rid of these circles. What's most important is not this initial parabolic run, but what is most important is the parabolic decline. And you'll notice in this first run of Ethereum, and I say first run of Ethereum because I'm only referring to the last 5 years of Ethereum, you'll see that the parabolic decline did not come all the way to where the parabolic incline began. That happens sometimes. Sometimes the decline comes all the way down. Sometimes it stops short. Sometimes it dips even lower. What typically determines how far that dip is how oversold it is over a longer time frame, and more importantly, what is going on in the macro environment that could cause a sea change in how the stock reacts. And that macro environment becomes very important. And I mentioned in the last video, the current macro environment we're currently in is one where we're in a mode of monetary policy where we are tightening the money. Money is not loose. And as I mentioned in the previous video as well, we want to get to a point where the monetary policy is being loosened again, and that is what causes cryptocurrency in particular to really have its pushes north. Now, as you can see here again, the downward parabolic move at the end of this double top or triple top action did not come all the way down. Now you can see here in this structure, we haven't come all the way down yet, but there's a chance this could be the bottom, or we come down a little bit further and we actually do reach the bottom of part of the parabolic structure. This right-hand portion of that triple top pattern will be determined, or how far deep it goes in its retracement will depend on the macro environment. If there is no change and the stock market continues to fall, this right side of the structure will continue to fall as well. Now you may get a bounce, because if it falls too much, there will be a bounce. But that bounce will be short-lived. Not to say you wouldn't be able to make any money off of it in the short term, but you really won't know for certain that Ethereum is ready to rocket back north until we get that change in policy. We have room down, as I pointed in the last video in the RSI, for it to head lower. But if it goes too low, there will eventually be a bounce. And it may bounce maybe to here, and before it heads lower. You really don't know how it will work. Again, it all depends on that macro environment and what is going on, and if it will continue to dip and fall. Again, I wanted you to have this more as a teaching video to kind of give you some insight on how Ethereum has been trading almost out of a textbook in that triple top pattern or multi-top pattern, how it has happened twice. And right now we're waiting to see how the right side of the triple top pattern will end. And that right side will end typically when we have a change in policy. So your action will a lot of times kind of work like this. You'll go down and then you'll move, and the action is stochastic, so it doesn't go straight down, it doesn't go straight up, but that is sort of the action that you're wanting to see. And you'll notice that is a similar action to what happened back in 2021 and 2022. All right, hope you like this video. I'll be doing some more videos. I may pick another ticker soon. Again, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.